You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Look at the stars. The great kings of the past look down on us from those stars. So whenever you feel alone, just remember that those kings will always be there to guide you.
I don't think it is very useful to speculate on what God might or might not be able to do. Rather, we should examine what He actually does with the universe we live in.
We are all explorers, driven to know what's over the horizon. The most profound discoveries are not necessarily beyond that next star. They're within us, woven into the threads that bind us.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. Happy Mercury Day. Happy Cancer season. Let me know how you're feeling now that Cancer season is really kicking into gear, and we're celebrating some very notable Cancers today. Meryl Streep celebrates her solar return. I love that she's a Cancer. Just those safe mama bear vibes. She always plays the best mom roles in movies, but also, you know, like I think of her in The Devil Wears Prada. Also, like she can put on that icy cold exterior too, you know, that crab shell. Of course, she's acting as well. Cyndi Lauper is a Cancer. Diane Feinstein, Chris Christopherson, Dan Brown, Elizabeth Warren, lots of notable Cancers. And if you are a Cancer, let us know in the comments. We want to celebrate you. Let us know who in your life is a Cancer as well. Today, though, we're talking all about Venus in Gemini. So yes, Gemini season ended, but we're getting another little boost of Gemini energy as another planet moves into the sign of the Twins. So as much as we're starting to feel a little bit more emotional in Cancer season, we're getting some more mental stimulation from Venus now. So the sun is in Cancer today. The moon stays in Aries all day. And the moon's transits could make us a little triggered today. I will warn you. Just, we'll get there, but if you're already feeling that, or just a little spicy, you know, a little feisty. The Aries moon can already make us a little bit more impulsive, reactive, but the conjunctions it's making today could be slightly explosive. You're here, you're ready to talk about it, learn about it, so I think you'll be just fine. Also, let me just tell you that I see you guys are in the chat, but for whatever reason, the chat is not loading for me. So hopefully that gets figured out and I can see what you guys are saying. Let's start with a look at the chart though, and we'll see what's going on. So our sun is now at 1 degree in Cancer. Our moon is currently at 19 degrees in Aries. You can see some of the conjunctions the moon is going to make today, or has already made some pretty sensitive connections. And Venus, where are you, Venus? Now, oh, it's still at 29 degrees. So Venus moves into Gemini tonight at 5:30 p.m. So we're not quite there yet, but we're starting to feel it. And also, let me just point out, right now, throughout the day, Venus is at the anaretic degree, the 29th degree. We talk about this degree a lot, but just a refresher for you. The 29th degree is known as a critical point because it's this energy of just wanting to get on to the next thing. Like Venus right now is in Taurus. She's spent a lot of time in Taurus. She's very comfortable in Taurus, but at the 29th degree, she's like, okay, I'm just ready to move into Gemini now. So that can enhance the feeling of like restlessness today, which is already there because of what's going on with the moon. Just a heads up. Venus is hanging out at that anaretic degree all day today. But once Venus moves into Gemini this evening, let's talk about what that means for us. So Venus will be in Gemini from June 22nd to July 17th. And Venus is the planet of love, the planet of money, of beauty. So when we think of Venus in our own charts, it's kind of what we are attracted to and how we attract other people. So beauty, right, has a lot to do with attraction. Money, that energetic currency that we all use, that has a lot to do with attraction. Maybe not romantically, but usually we're attracted to things that are a little bright and shiny, right? And of course, Venus is known for being the planet of love and partnerships, how we are attracted and connect with other people. So when we talk about Venus, we're talking about all of these things: attraction, aesthetic, harmony. Venus really likes things to be balanced. Pleasure, money, values. Venus rules our values as well. Luxury, art, beauty, romance, and relationships. I still can't see the chat, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Venus in Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins. We just came out of Gemini season. We're very comfortable with that Gemini energy right now. Knowledge, curiosity, communication, adaptability. It's very speedy. Like, I could see speed dating being a thing with Venus and Gemini. Being busy. Gemini energy is very charismatic as well. Like, I don't know about you, but the Geminis in my life tend to really love to talk about pop culture, or kind of like they're in the know. They know what's going on with the current state of affairs. They're very friendly, extroverted, humorous. The shadow side of Gemini is a little bit gossipy, but this is a very social energy. So with Venus and Gemini for the next 3 weeks or so, what does that mean for us? Well, I see this as a time where we're attracted to variety. Variety is truly the spice of life with Venus and Gemini. When it comes to our relationships over the next few weeks, we just want to try new things. So whether you are currently in a relationship, it might be a time to try a different kind of date that you've never tried before. Have a new experience with your partner. And if you are single, this is a great time to just play the field, date a lot of different kinds of people if you are in a position to do so. We're really eager to connect with other people with Venus and Gemini, and we're more social, more outgoing in the way we're attracting other people. So it's like intellectual stimulation is the most attractive thing with Venus and Gemini. We're not necessarily like in commitment mode. This is more test mode. We want to, like, what's it called? Taste test all the different flavors. But Venus and Gemini isn't the best energy for like settling down necessarily. Not that you can't. It's just we're kind of more wanting to be stimulated during this time. We're open to new people, open to new information. We just really want new experiences in general. This also is a great time for communication with your partner, even in your friendships, or if you're in the dating world. You might notice that conversations are flowing a little bit more easily with Venus and Gemini. And someone who can hold a conversation with you and stimulate your mind, like I said, that's going to be like the most attractive thing during this time. So if you're in the dating world and conversation doesn't normally come naturally to you, maybe just having some fun topics of conversation are ready to go, because that's really going to speak to people with Venus and Gemini. So yeah, it's really a great time to just get yourself out there. And you guys, I really wish I could just see your comments right now. I have no idea why I can't. I don't want to try to reload it because who knows what would happen then, but I'll go back after the stream is over and see if I can respond to you all. It's way more fun though when we can interact, isn't it? This is really proving to me that these live streams are so much more fun live. So that's the major transit we're talking about today, Venus moving into Gemini. And I think you might start to notice too a willingness to get out of your comfort zone a little bit more when it comes to not only romance and dating and connecting with other people, but also in your financials. With Venus in Taurus, it was all about security. It was all about being comfortable and kind of attaining resources. With Venus and Gemini, we were attracted to more stable environments. Now it's kind of time to like poke out of the home a little bit and just start exploring a little bit more, starting to make new connections. And you never know where a conversation might lead you. So just stay open during this time. All right, now let's talk about what's going on with the moon. So the moon is in Aries all day today. And the Aries moon right now feels kind of like a contradiction because we are in the last phases of the moon's cycle, the waning phases of the moon. And Aries energy wants us to start something, wants us to do something, while the waning moon is asking us to release and let go. So, this can kind of feel like a push-pull dynamic a little bit, or just like a contradiction. The moon is really tied to our body and our energy levels. And I could see your body being like, whoa, we need to rest, we need to slow down. But this internal motivation within you, with the moon and Aries being like, no, but these are all the things we got to do. Go, 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 So again, I said this yesterday, but exercise is such a fantastic outlet for energy today. The Aries moon likes us to move, literally move energy. So it doesn't have to be you're going on a 10-mile run or going crazy at the gym, but it could just be taking 10 minutes to dance around your living room, doing a 15-minute yoga, YouTube video, something simple. If you're feeling any tension, it's going to be really helpful to move your body. And especially with this general air of restlessness we've been talking about, Venus at the anaretic degree, the moon forming these conjunctions, moving your body is going to be so, so helpful. Okay, so overnight, 3 a.m., the moon formed a conjunction to Chiron. So you can see that over there. The moon and Chiron met up 3 a.m. Pacific time. So if you live on the East Coast, you might have woken up under this energy, or you could have seen this playing out in your dreams potentially. But this can make us triggered. When the moon and Aries meets up with Chiron, it can emotionally bring up past pain, past trauma. Our deepest wounds can be provoked, even if it's not on this conscious level of like, oh my gosh, that thing is being triggered again. We're just more reactive in general. And now that I'm saying this and talking about this, I had such a weird dream right around this time last night. And this is so weird, you guys. I kept like itching my scalp and telling people like my head is so itchy. And I couldn't stop itching my scalp. And then I looked it up this morning, and it was kind of just about like restlessness or unease and just kind of some general, definitions like that. But, you could have felt a little bit restless as well in your dreams, or even had dreams that felt triggering, even aggressive as well. So we start our day feeling a little touchy with the moon conjunct Chiron, and that doesn't necessarily go away as the day goes on, because you can see on our chart the next connection the moon is going to make at noon is a conjunction to Mars. Lucky us. So when the moon meets up with Mars, this makes us impulsive. We just want to do something, especially with the moon in Aries. It's just amplifying that Aries energy because Aries is ruled by Mars. So energy levels definitely won't be an issue in the middle of the day. Like, this is a surge of energy, a surge of passion. We're motivated. We're driven by midday. We want to go after our goals. Even if our body is telling us to slow down, we're just like, nope, full speed ahead. But with the moon in its peak releasing phase, we really want to be mindful about how we're directing our energy, because with so much ample energy, it could be easy to just like project it out. And without intention, that could make for an air of aggression is the best way I can say it, or the nicest way I can say it. Could be really easy, just all this pent up energy in you to just hurl it at someone else. So really be intentional about how you're releasing that energy today. Again, a midday exercise would be a wonderful form of release. Exercise is your most powerful asset for clearing any tension or releasing any energy today. Now, by this evening, the moon is going to form a sextile to Saturn retrograde. So once the moon gets to 24 degrees, 6 p.m., it'll form that nice 60-degree angle to Saturn over here. Saturn is retrograde, which brings an element of review. But in general, the moon getting support from Saturn is going to help us slow down, pump the brakes just a little bit, review everything that we've been building and developing over this past moon cycle since the new moon in Gemini, and now that we're in this peak releasing phase, Saturn can kind of help us look at the situation through a practical lens and say like, okay, this is not what's serving us. This is what we need to release, but doing so in a more mature, responsible way rather than feeling so emotionally attached, if that makes sense. We experience our emotions with more maturity, practicality, and it's just more like that father energy, like, whoa, kiddos, slow down. So by this evening, we could just kind of feel a little bit more, I don't even want to say relaxed, but just, okay, we know we gotta slow down a little bit. And this is just a nice energy of review and helping us release. Now, the final transit we'll talk about today is the moon squaring off to Pluto. This happens at midnight. So I'll just jump ahead here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. When the moon hits 27 degrees, we're almost there here, it's going to square off to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Now, Pluto retrograde has really been asking us to review transformations, review what's dying and being reborn in our life. This is a slow, steady process that we've been going through for the past couple of weeks, and we will be going through, I believe, until December, or October, November, December is when Pluto stations direct. I don't know the exact date in my head right now. Anyway, tonight, how does this play out for us tonight? When the moon squares off to Pluto, anytime power struggles are possible, especially when it's an Aries moon and we're all feeling a little bit more headstrong. Yeah, going to sleep early tonight, giving your body some rest would be a great idea, because if you're awake at midnight, if you are feeling any sort of tension, it could be really easy to try to control, manipulate your environment or the people around you, and that likely won't play out so well for you when the moon squares off to Pluto. This can bring up really deep, intense emotions really quickly, maybe too quickly. So it's like if we don't give our body the release that it's asking for today, and it's going to be asking for it, it could all come up at once in kind of an explosive manner when the moon squares off to Pluto really late tonight. So, if you don't live on the West Coast, this transit might be happening for you at 3 a.m., maybe even tomorrow morning. And I would watch out for waking up feeling the need to control or manipulate, but you might just be able to bypass this energy if you don't live and you're not awake around midnight, even 10, 11, 12 tonight on the West Coast. So yeah, today's transits, we have a lot of positives, but there are definitely some moments that could lead to tension, aggression. Just know that it's coming and know that you don't have to be controlled by it. You have the tools, the outlets to release your emotions in a healthy way. Now, within the background, Lilith is squaring off to Jupiter. We're going to talk about this more tomorrow. So you can see Jupiter here at 6 degrees, Lilith at 7 degrees. We're going to go over this in way more detail tomorrow. This isn't an exact connection, but it's been playing out all week, really amplifying this need for control, for bodily autonomy, to be seen, to be acknowledged. So just get ready for that and know that if that's coming up for you, we've been feeling that in the background all week, and we'll dedicate some time to go into that tomorrow. It's just so sad that I can't see your comments, really. Let me see. I'm going to try something kind of crazy. Hang with me. I'm going to try to open the stream in another tab. Let's see. No, I still can't see them. All right. Who knows what's happening? But I'll respond to you guys later. Okay, let's move on to our affirmation of the day, which goes hand in hand with everything we've been talking about. I move my body to release tension. We literally hold emotions in our body, you guys. So anytime you're feeling these powerful emotions come up, any sort of anxiety or tension, even like doing 5 jumping jacks, it doesn't have to be a whole thing. It doesn't even have to be a whole minute. Just shaking it out, shake out the tension today, release stagnant energy. Moving your body is a really powerful tool. All right, let's pull a card and see what needs to come through. I'm going to pull from the Rose Oracle deck today. It feels very Venus, since we've been talking so much about Venus and Gemini and this Definitely more light, attractive, conversational energy. We'll see what needs to come through. I would tell you that this is the time to ask questions, but I can't see your questions right now. I do see a couple questions coming through on Instagram. Oh, someone says their birthday's on June 25th. Okay, remind me on when is that? That's in 3 days. Also, you guys, today is 6/22/2022. We have a lot of 2s today. So that's kind of fun. If 2 is a lucky number for you, or 22 is a master number in numerology. I don't think this is like a huge portal day or anything like that in the spiritual world, but just kind of a fun little synchronicity that we have a lot of 2s in the date. All right. Let's all take a deep breath together and see what needs to come through for Venus in Gemini over the next 3 weeks. Breathe in and release. Okay. The card is Codes of the Seed. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. But what does it mean? What does it mean? This looks like one of those little pods that you can, have you heard of those pods where after you like die, they can put your body in like basically a giant seed and then you turn into a tree? That's what this card reminds me of. Kind of a dark thought, but also kind of beautiful. Okay, Codes of the Seed. Here we go. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step. Seeds come in knowing exactly what to do. Within them, they hold the potential of entire forests and rose gardens. Seeds have within them an intelligent timing that's connected with the intelligence of the cosmos. We are all seeds, future forests and gardens waiting to be born. We each hold the codes of a new humanity within us. Change is our natural state. Seeds must be buried in the darkness before they can bloom into the light. Seeds can't even begin to bloom without embracing the fertile void of the winter soil. They can't flower without outgrowing the constraints of the bud. They can't bear fruit without releasing their beauty to the earth and letting go of the very thing about them that captivated others. This card delivers the message that within you, you have all you need to create what you're destined to create, to move through everything that life delivers, and to navigate your way through any terrain. The blueprint has always been seated within. Trust that you have the codes for the most glorious rose garden waiting to bud and bloom. Trust those codes. Remember that blueprint. All you need to do now is take the next step, and tomorrow take the next. If you continue taking baby steps each day on a day not too far from today, you'll look back and discover the most breathtaking garden of roses all around you. And then fruit will follow. Today, just take the next step. You know what to do. The blueprint is coded within you. Beautiful. I love that this card talked a lot about baby steps, because sometimes it can feel like we have these big dreams or these big visions and we've got to do it all today. We've got to do it all at once. And specifically talking about Venus and Gemini, you know, that Gemini energy, it is that like those small moves, those details, those daily steps we take. And you know, if you're someone who is looking for love, it could just be the small step of putting yourself out there, being willing to go put yourself in a social situation. You might not meet the love of your life today or tomorrow, but every time you put yourself out there, you spark a conversation with someone new, you are telling the universe, like, I'm ready for new connection. And even if you're not dating, if, you know, you're looking for new financial opportunities with Venus and Gemini, it could just be, again, sparking a conversation or being willing to dabble in new information, taking those small steps so that, you know, everything can unfold how it's supposed to. You're telling the universe, I'm ready to learn more. I'm ready for more. And it doesn't have to be these huge declarations every single time. Same goes for beauty. You know, Venus rules beauty, aesthetic. And Venus and Taurus, I think a lot of us have been like trying to beautify our physical environments. Venus and Gemini, I could see us being drawn to different kinds of environments, kind of more novel, you know, I like art galleries and things like that. So it's just a matter of like putting yourself out there, taking those baby steps in wherever you're at in life right now, even if you're in a relationship, taking a baby step with your partner, doing something differently that you've never done before, planning a weird date that you're like, are we really going to like this? But just being willing to try it anyway. So that's my advice to you. And know that it doesn't even have to be about Venus and Gemini, but the message coming through today is that baby steps are the way, the path forward, the way to get what you want. And inherently, you know what to do already. So just keep following those small nudges. They will lead you in the right direction. I'm going to check one more time to see if I can see the chat. Still nothing. Okay, well, then we'll keep this episode super short today. Thank you all for being here. I don't even know who's here, but I'm going to find out really shortly, and I'm excited to respond to all of your comments on YouTube. I am so grateful for all of you showing up today, showing up for yourself, showing up for this community, showing up for me too. And I hope that Venus and Gemini allows you to take those baby steps, get out of your comfort zone, spice up your life just a little bit, be open to new experiences. I will be right back here tomorrow morning to talk all about Lilith squaring off to Jupiter, what that means for us. It's definitely a more minor aspect, but Lilith is always fun to talk about. And then on Friday, we'll walk through the weekend together. This is the final phase of the moon cycle. We have a new moon next week. So the last piece of advice I'll give, I'll just return to our affirmation of the day. This is a time of release. You don't have to have anything figured out or anything planned right now. If nothing else, those baby steps you could take could just be small movements to release energy from your body. Remember, your body has the wisdom. Your body knows what to do. Now that we're in Cancer season, listen to your body. I mean, always listen to your body, but especially now, listen to the cues your body is sending you. I love you all. I'm so grateful for you all, and I can't wait to see you right back here tomorrow. Fingers crossed I can actually see your comments tomorrow, but until I see you next, stay curious. Thank you so much for joining us and aligning with the energy of the universe today. If you enjoyed this morning's episode of Transits Today, you can join our live astrology discussion every weekday morning right here wherever you're watching. And head to thespiritualjournalist.com to read your daily astrology forecast and browse the Spiritual Shop. The most fun way to help keep these forecasts free and support more content like this is to buy yourself a little something on our website. But if you're feeling extra generous, you can also buy me a coffee to fuel future live streams. Just tap the link in the description or head to buymeacoffee.com and search The Spiritual Journalist. And speaking of, you can also tune in to The Spiritual Journalist, our weekly live interview where we ask our guests questions about everything from crystals and manifestation to mental health and the environment. Those conversations stream live right here wherever you're watching now every Tuesday. I'm so grateful you found us here, and I can't wait for our next conversation.